In September of 2007, Nelson Wolff called me and asked me to come to his office for a discussion, and it was at that time that he asked me to form a foundation from scratch. It's called the Bexar County Performing Arts Center Foundation, and the idea was that the Bexar County Performing Arts Center Foundation would be the private sector initiative that would take the concept of building a performing arts center in San Antonio forward. I knew that the performing arts organizations in San Antonio did not have really an acoustically correct venue to really show all their great talents. And so to me it kind of begged for, we needed a game changer in this community, and we needed to build a performing arts center if we were going to support our performing arts organizations.
When we started the project, the foundation gave us 3 goals, 3 charges. One was to create a world-class performing arts center, one that would be the pride of San Antonio, known across the world, able to handle a lot of different kinds of events, tremendous acoustics. Second was to respect the historic building, to include the historic building, to try to save as much as we could, to respect it in all ways possible.
The height of the theater had to be raised. The stage house, the existing stage house for the auditorium didn't meet today's standards and today's shows. The roof was too low to allow for the multi-purpose acoustic performance, as well as getting the seats to the front.
The biggest challenge that we had was finding a balance between respecting the past, capturing the past, and looking to the future.
And then also, the existing auditorium didn't have a strong connection to the Riverwalk. In fact, if you walked down that portion of the river, you weren't even aware that the auditorium was there.
Most of the buildings built in the 20s and 30s in San Antonio did that. They turned their backs on the river. So a charge was to embrace the river, the heart of the city, make it part of the Tobin Center, a new portal, a new entrance, outdoor performance areas. And so that was the third charge.
This is really one of the first times in San Antonio's history that there's been a true public-private partnership for anything like this. And so the county agreed to put in $100 million of bond funding, if approved by the voters. The city agreed to transfer the ownership of the land and the buildings. Our foundation was asked, and we committed to raise $20 million. Now, as you know, Deborah, we've raised over $50 million now. And the reason why we've raised those dollars is just what you asked about, the amenities.
There are certain parts of the building that we've been looking forward to, one being the gala floor, and seeing that in operation as we've watched it being built piece by piece.
So that at a press of a button, and in 23 minutes, the seats can go from the rake seating, the traditional rake seating, all the way to a flat floor. The reason why that's important is it's all about productive occupancy for the Tobin Center, and this is in the HEB Performance Hall.
There's no seat in the building more than 140 feet from the front of the stage, so it is very vertical. So every seat has a great sight line. Every seat allows a really close interaction with the performers. And I think people will be very surprised at how that really affects the performances and how it enhances the experience.
I really believe that with the Tobin Center now a reality, and let's take the San Antonio Symphony, the opera, and the ballet, who will be performing on the opening night. It's going to give them an opportunity to, with all their wonderful attributes as artists, to, for the first time, I think, present themselves properly to the San Antonio community for their talents.
The Tobin Center for us as a symphony is a complete gear changer. The way we play will change, the way our audience experience concert will change dramatically because it's a venue that sucks you into a new universe. Going from a reverb time that is below a second at the Majestic to reverb time that is close to 2 seconds. This is like enormous in terms of acoustic properties. Every note we play has to be played differently, that we have to focus on attacks, on precision, on clarity on playing. On this stage, you're going to turn a page and you don't do it smoothly, it's going to be you drop a pencil, it will be an earthquake. So all the secondary noises, people have to be disciplined in not making secondary noises too important. But that also means in terms of music, you play something soft and really soft, it still projects. It's for us, it's going to be, I think, a huge work and a huge challenge. Everybody says you go into a great hall, everything plays by itself, but actually a great hall challenges you.
I think the biggest wow factor is the entire technological package that embraces the building. From the flexible floor system to the AT&T skywall that wraps around the top of the building, the light panels and LED configurations that we can do inside the HEB Performance Hall, as well as just the new and innovative ways they've used the space.
The main theater is separated structurally from the rest of the building, just to keep any kind of vibration that might continue on in here and affect the performances. And the electrical systems, likewise, are all filtered. The air conditioning systems are separate and noise is filtered to make sure that there's no external noise that affects the performance, just to get the absolute best acoustics.
It's interesting, everyone is talking about all the different performances, and whenever I see the lineup of the different events, and I think there are over 300 that have been booked, it's so diverse and different that I think it offers something for everyone.
I think one thing that the building is going to accomplish is for young people today and families today, the building is going to be able to attract so many different kind of events. Yeah, I think we're giving it a new life for the future. And I think people will embrace that and see that as time goes on.
First and foremost, it's going to be a catalyst for a rebirth of the arts. It provides a real focal center point for all the local arts groups that have been scattered all over the city in the past. Now there's one place, one home, one location for these folks to be able to do their art and for people to be able to find them.
I think the future is yet to be developed, and there are a lot of plans. I think this is it's like a seed in the middle of the city that transforms and spreads out to the rest and will change a lot of things.
We'll be able to bring talent to San Antonio that just frankly has never thought about coming to San Antonio. And so that will be an ongoing, if you will, kind of a canvas of arts that are going to be coming to San Antonio that we just haven't been on the map before, literally. And now that we're the 7th largest city in the United States, it's our time and we're going to be on the map going forward.
As people realize that this neighborhood is going to become a magnet for folks, 300,000 to 400,000 folks a year to come to performances, I think the impact cannot be understated on what this building is going to do to San Antonio.
A few years ago, I served on a Chamber of Commerce committee that was a pathway to a great city. How can San Antonio advance as a great city in our country? And we talked a lot of things about education and about how you keep young people here and how you bring businesses here and attract businesses. And quality of life is certainly one of the most important things in keeping young people here and new families and new businesses. And so I think that there are a lot of things that make up that, people's different interests in performing arts or sports or whatever. But having the Tobin Center here is going to, I think, dramatically increase that view of quality of life in San Antonio, because it's going to be a world-class theater. It's going to bring world-class events here. It's going to bring education opportunities for kids in performing arts. It's going to bring all kinds of performing arts, not any specific use, but all kinds of arts to our community, which I think is going to be a tremendous asset to everybody.
It will transform the experience of the performing arts and will stimulate the performing arts in San Antonio in an amazing way. Let's not forget, performing arts stimulate also the local economy to a degree you can't even imagine. And with this center, it will make San Antonio downtown and really blossom in a spectacular way.
Most important thing is it's a gift to the city from the county and the Tobin Center and the city making that kind of investment in San Antonio, and it's really for the citizens of San Antonio. So I think it'll have a great impact, and I hope that they sell out every performance. I know I've bought tickets for a few events, and hearing other people do the same, so it should be pretty interesting.
This has been 7 years of I'd say labor from the heart. I tell my family this is really my third child. I have 2 boys at home, and for the last 7 years, my 2 children have kind of watched bring along another child. So this to me is my third child.